Now, this is a point and figure chart. So the way that this chart works is it measures volatility. It doesn't measure price. It doesn't move on price as well. So if you go to the latest candle there, Bitcoin might be jumping up and down, and that thing's just sitting there, just waiting to move. Now, as it measures the volatility, it gives us these nice little areas, these pockets where price is going to want to go back to eventually. Now, this is our record keeping, and anybody that's been on the stream for forever since we launched will be able to testify for this. Once we have these big gaps, price will then go and hit that location areas, and you can use that then to trade Bitcoin quite successfully. And the massive gap that's still waiting for us, which tells me where Bitcoin's going to potentially go, is sitting still between 51 and 56K. And as we always tend to do when we move in these gaps, if there's a lot of momentum, price will wick and overshoot. So this type of candles won't show any wicks of such. It just measures, Afrikaans again, it just measures volatility as such. Now, let's have a look at the last run that we had. We broke out. I gave you guys this 15.6K buys. I gave you the 19K buy based on this chart. We had a gap there. Remember, the candles do get truncated. This is a 1-minute candle, so TradingView can only hold as many 1-minute candles. But I gave you guys that 25K buy twice. And on the way back down, we also had nice shorts that led us into this area. And this is now when the market started becoming really bullish. As we broke into this channel of 30K, I said, well, maybe we will come and test this 30K level. But we didn't do that. So there's still a larger time frame. So if the monthly candles wants to mess us around or give us a little bit of a run around, there is a potential, but highly doubt this, guys. So I think it's kind of like a wasted opportunity that the market's just going to leave behind. So if you've got eyes for 30K, personally, I think maybe it's just time to move past that and start looking at the higher areas. Next gap was formed, price bounced beautifully out of there, and so forth. That gap is filled and some. So as we are reaching the final imbalance, that final big one, there's a few downwards targets that's going to probably come our way. And this is for us then to kind of look at a 48K, very shallow retrace, then go moon, okay? Or alternatively, a 44K. And if it really gets crazy, a 40K. And this ultimately will give us another 31% retrace. Now, statistically, that is about as crazy as the bull cycle dips go. They seldom go past 31%. There's outliers. We've got about a 50% retrace, but it's very seldom. So we kind of expect this. And also 30% on where the market cap is for Bitcoin. That's insane. So, I mean, we're looking at Bitcoin, the total market cap sitting at $1.8 trillion. So of which $1 trillion is in BTC. So if you lose a 30% on $1 trillion, that's a lot of money. So I doubt that that's going to happen. That insane volatile front. So it means that we need to just manage our expectations and start looking at the 44K, between 48K. If you feel like you're late and you still need to get in, or you knew you need to get in, that's going to be as good as it's potentially going to get. I also asked you guys yesterday on my Twitter feed and on the stream to let me know if there's any coins that you want charted. So I'm going to do this again today. If there's, for everybody on Twitter, if there's any coins you're interested in, please let me know by replying to the feed. This is now yesterday's one, and I can have a look at them and chart them for you guys as well. Okay, let's move on. Now, Tokenmetrics, guys, is our AI-driven fundamental partner. Funny enough, I need to actually have a Tokenmetrics link in the video description so you can, because we managed to negotiate a real good discount for you guys, and just like yesterday's Marie-Claire, I suck at this. So I need to get this links to you guys. So if you want to have your own Tokenmetrics account, I can actually broker a couple of nice discounts for you guys. But okay, let's have a look at what Tokenmetrics does. It's got a very nice algorithm. So let's go over to Max. I just want to show you guys this. So what this algorithm does is it calculates where there's bullish market sentiment, and then obviously when there's bearish market sentiment. And yes, like any strategy, it was bullish there, it went up, and then it only flipped the bearish at a certain point. But For me, this is more than enough confluence because it's bearish roughly at the right times and it's bullish roughly at the right times as well. And using the technical analysis expertise that we have means that we can fine tune this. So in short, we were bullish long before it flipped bullish again. And even though it was bearish at some stage, I merely addressed this as a cautionary case for you guys, and gave you guys more buy zones, and those buy zones we can be looking at because they are looking sweet. Now you can also see how many alts are now flipping back into the bullish side of things. So this is really turning into a bullish market, a blow-off top market maybe. Maybe now we can get that reversal. Bull bear grades now sitting at 85% favored into the bulls. You can see that everything is weighted to going up. So at this stage is a really good time. If you want to add some risk to your portfolio, if you've got some sideways dollars, you want to throw it in some of these coins, it's a really good time because you definitely have the current, the momentum behind whatever is happening in the market at the moment. Altcoin season's still not quite there. And this is a pity because when we look at the dominance, that's what we're trying to find out is when is the right time to time our big shift from being Bitcoin heavy to altcoin heavy. And at the moment, there is some signs of the dominance hitting back at resistance around 54% of market share. And if BTC starts losing 50% of the market, all that this means is not money leaving, especially if BTC goes up, it's money looking for greener pastures. And that means that all those trillions are going to go into these smaller market caps, and that's where the real alt season happens. Now, we know this. When we pass the halving, Bitcoin has a little bit of a run and then stalls out. And it's at that stalling out phase, that's Bitcoin's previous all-time high. That's when the dominance really, really starts selling down. And that's when the real big gains comes. So to get back to the narrative of where we are and the narrative for the entire week, are we late? If we look at this chart between halvings, I just want to quickly show you. This is when Solana and Shiba Inu launched. That one there. Solana and Axie Infinity launched. This was Shiba Inu and Sand. And these things made thousands on thousands of percentage gains within this. And the significance is that the launch was around the halving, before and after the BTC halving. And we're approaching that halving. So we're in that Goldilocks area where you basically almost can't mess up any buy. Even if it's a scam coin that some influencer has thrown your way and you know he's going to dump on your ass, this is the time where you kind of can say that there's buyers waiting to grab this within this time frame. Also, when we move within this green zone, that's where we can still allow it to be bullish. And when we move into the red zone, that's when I predict bear market's going to be coming our way around November 2025. Now, guys, if you want to know how I draw this, watch yesterday's video, and you'll have a good idea of how this works. Let's move over to our altcoins now. Before we do this, however, I just want to quickly remind you guys that today's video is sponsored by Prime XBT, and I like to trade leverage on Prime. The sad thing is, just like anything else, I do miss entries. This was the long that I shared with you guys, and we missed. And then this was another long that I shared with you guys, but regrettably, I didn't take that long. It was done on the 15-minute time frame. So it would have been so much nicer if I had a juicy P&L for you guys. So basically explain to you guys the significance of divergence and why it's bullish. And if we fall below that specific line, we can look to be bearish. Otherwise, it's still going on. And now where we are at this stage where BTC is running, you can see it's crazy. We're, in my opinion, in the beginnings of creating a Bart chart. So Bart Simpson's head is hair. Then it's probably going to fall eyeball. Why eyeball there? Well, there was some support there. So normally eyeball, and then it goes. So that's the Bart Simpson scenario. And if I look at this, and if I just make these lines, I should have made them yellow to start off with, just to get that whole Bart Simpson vibe there. But if you look at this, you can see that these targets line up with a 48K around the eyeball and a 48K bounce for continuation, because that's when what happens when you have a flat retrace or a flat rally like this. Going to hit up that fib level real quick. We're staying above the 23.6, but there's little to no chance. This was all stops getting liquidated. There wasn't a lot of buying there. So price needs to go and just make sure of itself and then go. And that's what a BART happens. And this is kind of BART season. Statistically, when we look at the previous bull cycle and the bull cycle before this, now is the time when these type of patterns going to start surfacing and people are going to start identifying them, trying to trade them. And as soon as everybody catches on, it doesn't work anymore. So this is your edge over everybody else. So all you need to do, and do this now, get yourself ready, get that buy the dip money now, is head over to the Discord, go to free trial. Let me just make this bigger again. Free trial. Open your account with the link, deposit with $2,000 or more. There's the link again, and then claim your access. All that it's going to ask you is for your email address. Once it's done, I send it to Prime, and if it's done, Prime will grant you access to this group. You can actually be part of this. And this gives you everything that we do within the investment report. It unlocks the gems, everything that's in there as well. So come on, guys. I want to see you on the other side so we can actually talk and I can actually chart more of these coins for you. 38 minutes in, everything I've got time. So do me the next big solid. If you share the video with a friend, hit me up with a like, give me a comment in the bottom of the video. Links to everything is in the video description, and that's not there I will add in today. And I will see you again Thursday. One of these days, a Wednesday stream will also be brought into YouTube, but then we're going to be looking at legacy markets. So we're going to be looking at the more CME type things. We're going to be focusing more on these things. So I'm going to be moving that into Wednesdays. See, there's requests for play and guys, I would love to do everything. This is as long and as much as I can potentially stretch this video. So do this. Fund your account, head to the Discord. Let's chart together. Let's trade together. Let's grow that community as well. You guys have a lovely day. And as always, keep hustling.